We're working in stage 3, which is placing an Excel spreadsheet table into the document. It's easier working in Excel spreadsheets in InDesign than it was importing those into Illustrator. We're going to begin by making sure that there is nothing selected and you're on the second page of the layout. Go to File, Place, and pick up the Contacts Excel spreadsheet. You want to show your import options and select Open. Really, it's just so that you can review it. It's a single sheet and everything on here is going to be pretty much standard. Select OK and put the loaded icon up next to the column on the pasteboard. I'm going to zoom into this so that we can see what we're doing a little bit better. We don't need to see all of this, but I do want this centered. Picking up my type tool, I'm going to put an insertion point in that first column and then move my type tool around until I get an arrow that is at an angle pointing towards the first cell. Clicking with that arrow, that slanted arrow, will select the entire table for me. In paragraph styles, I need to select table text to reformat the cells, and then you can click any cell to deselect them all. Click again in the first cell and then move to get a down arrow so that you can select the first column. Go to Window, type in Tables, and select Table. Change the column width field to 1 1/4 inch. In the row height menu, choose Exactly and change the size to 0.235. We sort of truncated the contact information. So now we're going to select the second column, and picking that up, we're going to drag that out until those dots disappear and all of the information is seen. Putting an insertion point into any of the cells on the left column, we're going to insert a new column by going to Table, Insert, Column. One column, and we want it inserted to the left. Place the insertion point in the top cell of the new column and type in the text. And then in paragraph styles, select Table Head. Now select the entire first column, and in the Properties panel, we're going to merge the cells. Put an insertion point in that cell, and in the Tables panel, you're going to rotate the text 270 degrees. Click the top cell of the second column and drag down to select the top and second cell, and again merge the cells. Do the same thing for all of the name and positions. Then select all of the table and change the vertical alignment to center. This time click below the table inside that text frame. See if you can get in there. I'm trying to get an insertion point in front of the text frame. Right now it's flashing behind. I really need to select the whole thing, but right now I want to do a back arrow so that it's flashing in the front. I'm going to do a Control A to select everything within this text box that isn't really the right size. What that's going to do, I'm going to cut now that table. So I'm going to do a Control X So I have cut out that table that I just made, and I want to go to the bottom of this text box that we have on the back page, and I'm going to put an insertion point below the Air Park phone number. If you can't get one in below it, then put it in after and hit return. We need to insert the table in here. So I'm going to do a Control V, which should place the table in. I may have to drag down my bottom center handle of the containing text frame to see the text. You can see that there is oversized text. So let me grab the text frame, and I'm going to try drag. There it is. I just needed to move it down just a little bit for that to show up. Now the problem is this is not fitting correctly. Not everything is showing there. I need to put the cursor over the right edge of the left frame. So let me actually move this out of the way. I really don't even need that box anymore, so I could probably just delete it. I'm going to put my cursor over the right edge of the left column and click and drag until the right edge matches up where it needs to be, right there. So I'm matching the right side here with this. I don't think everything is showing yet. So let me change temporarily to grab that. Okay. I need to select the entire right column, and in Table I'm going to distribute rows evenly. So let me go to Table. Now that should divide the space evenly over all of the selected rows. I need to then put an insertion point back in here, and I want the Table Panel option menu, and I'm going to go to Table Options, Table Setup. In the Table Setup tab, I'm going to apply a 1/2 point solid border and the color is Pantone 194. In the Fills tab, choose for alternating pattern every second row. The first field should be 2 rows, and apply a 20% of the Pantone 194. The next field should be 2 rows, and the color should be none. You can then apply your changes. Select the left column, and in the Swatches panel, change your cell fill from a 20% tint to 100%. A little more formatting. We're going to select the entire table one more time. In the Table Panel options again, we're going to go into Cell Options and select Strokes and Fills. Click Preview, and then you're going to apply a 1/4 point stroke that is 100% of the Pantone 194, and then click OK to apply that. And you might want to click off to be able to see what the change is. And just for the fun of it, go in and look at the preview, which will get rid of all the guidelines, and then you'll be able to see that the line has changed to the color we selected. Then you can go back and do a normal view again.